Hello and welcome to KOllOK.
Once a beautiful place. Now, nothing more than an idea. Like myself. A dream. My father and I built a utopia, suspended between the forces of chaos and order. Our sacrifice ushered in peace and prosperity to this cherished place. Until those fucking juveniles broke the world. Just look at what their hubris left us with.
Calm greetings to all Kolites and happy Tenor Day. Teenagers may be a thing of the past, but we can still have a sweet 16 party. Today, we celebrate 16 years of peace, 16 years of harmony, 16 years since a misguided rebellion that jeopardized your remaining years was swiftly eradicated from this earth, freeing our scientists, allowing them to cure you of that horrible disease. Harmonia will always make sure your every need is met. Well, as long as you don't stray too far from the path laid out by your territory's great apostles. So, celebrate today in an orderly fashion with peace, joy, and love. Oh, remember, Harmonia is here with you till our very
Bullshit.
end.
Bullshit! At one point, my world could have been mistaken for yours. Now, it's clenched in a fascist fist, slowly drained to its inevitable death. I won't allow it. This is the story of how I saved America's broken heart.
Welcome back, my passengers. I am your driver today, leading you down the winding path of the cerebral highway. Now, I may be at the wheel for now, but you are the navigator. Where are we going? How are we going? Why are we going? That's up to you. The you there and the you here. This is not my story, any more than it's yours. It's not even stories herself, such a fragmented being. She holds power over all, but no power at all without you. The interpreter. Forever changing, morphing into whatever it is you hear. Your feelings, your memory of a life outside of this present moment, they dictate her meaning. The story is yours. Please be kind to her. KOllOK.tv. Tonight, we will be rolling dice, leaving resolutions up to fate. You might call it a tabletop role play. You might call it a live play or a game. I don't really care what you call it. I just hope that you enjoy it. If you have questions, you're not alone. Ask them in the chat. The moderators and gatekeepers of this community will gladly answer. KOllOK.tv. I would also like to let it be known that someone stole my tie out of the car. I blame Mallory Jenkins. If you see him, curb stomp him for me. I'd appreciate it. So in the meantime, I've wore this so you can make it whatever you want it to be. And as I said that out loud, I immediately regret that decision. Do my passengers at the table have any questions tonight?
If there was something that you didn't want keyed onto your green tie, what do you think it would be?
You honestly think I'm going to answer that? The one thing I don't want, you think I'll say that out loud?
I'm just glad that he's gonna get a lot of options and then he can choose.
We love options.
Right.
Yeah.
Options. Who knows? Maybe I'll get one printed if it's good enough and it'll become the new tie.
Ooh, new tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little contest.
Because my other one was stolen.
Was it stolen?
It was taken out of the car.
Oh.
I have to assume that that's what happened. Did you take it?
No.
Should I be looking in your general direction?
No.
No.
I would never take the tie.
You would not take the tie.
I would take that tie.
You would take this tie.
Yeah, because then you can key stuff on
Yeah.
it.
I would have taken it back when I was doing a lot of like give me free swag days, but I don't have room for that. And
Do my passengers at the table have any questions
No.
tonight? None.
No.
Okay. We begin again. September 3rd, 2021. Our passengers, J.A., Jules, and Fidel, who some may refer to as the god of hope, have left the piss-infested streets of the Big Easy, headed west towards Death Valley. Fidel seems intrigued by J.A.'s story, his ability to overcome Isaac's grasp, and his connection to the ancient one known as Phobos. He's promised J.A. a meeting with Eva, who some may refer to as the god of life. These gods. How has J.A. found himself in such company? He cannot explain how the one called Isaac, who some may refer to as the god of doubt and despair, did to him what he did, locking him in a metaphorical prison to feed off of his failures and his lack of belief. But he did, and it did happen. Such it is. No point in fighting the logic. Or maybe it's easier for him to swallow the reality because he spent his whole young life fed the imaginative stories of an insane woman whose tinfoil theories now appear to be true. He is born of a demon lady, a Clarity, a clone crash-landed on Earth who was forged in the energy of chaos, made corporeal. It should not be possible. But such it is. And now, he drives. They drive. He, one of humanity's last children. Sort of. And a supposed god. Hope. What powers might this god have? Are they powers? He appears to be an average and normal man, though an optimistic one. In this world, that in and of itself could confuse for godliness. They drive in Fidel's 50s-era convertible Buick, hugging against the new elongated coastline of what was once the Great Gulf. J.A. found himself, for only a brief moment, concerned about the journey. How would they find fuel? How would they avoid Harmonia's watchful eye? Without travel permits, how could they travel on the nation's roadways of the past? But Fidel assured him,
Listen, as long as you know where you're going and you believe you know where you're going, you'll get to your destination.
and so J.A. did. He found that the more he allowed himself to hear Fidel's words, truly hear them, the more they had an impact on him. He believed. He'd been through so much already. Why would this journey give him any pause? So, it didn't. And the world gave him no pause in return. They traveled without the need for fuel, food, or even rest. They journeyed, sharing stories of triumph, sharing stories of passion, sharing stories of adoration. They found moments to hold, to laugh. Jay felt a confidence in himself that he had long lost since youth, the joy of naivete, or realizing you're still a child with no true concept of the world you inhabit.
J.A., I have to say, this has been a very, very enjoyable car ride. I know we're taking the long way route. We don't want to go through the waste to get to Death Valley, but we're making progress, and it feels like no time at all traveling with good friends, huh?
Yeah, this is nice. I haven't really ever done something like this. Oh, it feels like a real road trip.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know, Death Valley is interesting because back in the day, and maybe even I haven't been in a while, but after the harsh winters, you'd actually get a very nice bloom in Death Valley. It has a terrible name, Death Valley.
Kind of like a long time ago with like Greenland and Iceland, that whole thing that they had.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
And
the opposite.
if you go, there's like a week in spring. It was beautiful. Beautiful. Just all the flowers popping up. And how can a place that's so dry and so desolate have so much life? You know?
And, well, they continue on this road until, of course, they arrive.
Oh,
Parking the Buick outside the entryway to Death Valley. Sir, it's been a very long journey. Are you sure that you want to just progress right in?
you know, Jules, I haven't seen life in a long time. I haven't seen Eva in a long time. I think it's best we just nip it in the bud and we go say hello to an old friend, maybe.
Just like that?
Yeah, why not?
When was the last time, sir? I don't have in my notes the last time you spoke. It was before my time.
Oh, probably late 60s. I changed my name back then. I told everyone to call me Francisco because, back in the late 60s, there was a pretty awful guy named Fidel Castro. That guy fucking sucked. He still sucks to this day, but you know what? I went by Francisco. He took a good name and he fucking ruined it. So I was like, call me this. We don't have any wish wash, but so of the 60s.
You said before that you're good friends with life, though. At the bar, you said you guys are really close.
J.A., it's like,
What I mean.
it's like riding a bicycle.
Okay.
You haven't seen each other in a while, and then you haven't seen your bike in a while. You get on the bike, and then you ride. It's not dang. You still remember,
So it should be fine.
It should be fine, but then you hear this sound echoing throughout the valley before you. And in the rocks behind you, a face appears. It's your old friend.
Eva, ¿cómo está? ¿Están bien, huh? ¿Está bien o no? It's been a while. It's your good friend. It's your good friend Francisco, huh? How you been? You look good. You look really good.
¿Quién?
Francisco, Fidel.
No conozco a Francisco.
Ah, mentirosa. Ya tú sabes. You know it's me. It's your friend, Francisco. We go way back. Come on.
I don't know who you think you are and I am, but you should leave right now.
You said you are good friends.
Okay, Mira. Look, this young man right here, okay? He needs to see you. It's very important, okay?
I don't care.
Like, I just need you to hear a story, please.
No me
Por favor.
importa.
No, por favor, mira. He is one of the most important people I've ever met in my life, and I've met a lot of important people. You just please, Eva, listen to his story, okay? I'm just gonna come out and say it, okay? He is the son of a clone who contains the power of Phobos. How is that even possible? How is he even here? Look, I feel. Por favor, escúchame.
¿Por qué crees that I should care?
Eva, listen.
Are there still even humans out there?
There's the last of them.
And I see that no matter how hard I try, okay? And no matter how much we and our brothers and sisters may choose to neglect this, hope is fading from this world, and I can't do this by myself.
Okay, I remember you, Francisco. Yeah, hope. Fidel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you. So, okay, Francisco. If you can find me, if you can get to the center of this valley alive, you and your little friend, vamos a charlar.
No, don't play. No, we don't have time for games, okay? We look. He is the key to bringing hope back. He is the key, okay? The balances have been tipped. We have to rush this.
Come find me.
And with that,
Okay?
her image fades from the valley before you. Her voice no longer echoing in your mind. J.A., the amount that you've seen lately, it's almost surprising that this gives you no pause. But you understand. She doesn't deem your story worthy. Much like Hope here has. You are to travel inward to her home. Now, J.A., A.J., whatever the fuck, you've heard stories. Death Valley. Though Hope may not think that the name fits, you know that no human that has ever walked through these rock gates has ever come back out alive.
Can I ask a question?
Of who or what?
What do I currently have on me?
Your
Because I-
persons.
Yes.
Since you're asking and not declaring, I'll have you roll. Go ahead and roll for me. This is going to be your brains. Difficulty of 7.
Okay.
You don't have that memorized yet, AJ? Oh, that's right, you're almost never here. That's a D6.
Thank you.
It's a D6.
5.
AJ, you have exactly 2 tokens available.
Okay.
Would you like to use them to succeed? Or would you like to hold them?
You said, I'll hold them.
You've remembered nothing on your journey then. You came out of Isaac almost like a baby, reborn into this world. You've found new clothes, you've found things to wear upon yourself, but I guess you weren't smart enough to bring a knife or anything else you might use in this situation. Thank you for asking.
Okay, so we go in and find her, right?
Yeah.
We have to convince her to help us.
Jay, I believe that when we get there, she's going to hear your story and she's going to help. I have to apologize for how we have to go about this. We haven't spoken in a while. Things seem a little rocky. However, we'll get through this together, okay? Us three, all right? Is that right, Jules?
Yes, Mister, are you sure I'm qualified for this trip?
Jules, absolutely. You're young, spry. You've been on many journeys with me.
This is true. We've never really gone toe-to-toe with your godly friends before.
It's like playing with a toy. Who will
She
get that?
frightened me.
She, it's like kind of like an older sister. She has to give you a few noogies or something. It's nothing to be afraid of. Just a little rough play, like amongst family. You know what I mean? We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Are you related?
It's complicated.
Oh.
Jules, what's a noogie?
Oh.
It's like this. Come here, Jules. It's like this. I don't want.
And Fidel grabs the two of you and starts messing with your hair, and they begin walking inward through the rocky gates, making their way inside. Now, immediately upon crossing this gateway, you notice a shift, a change. The air, it's so clean, so clear, fresh. The sounds that surround you, a symphony of life. Immediately upon crossing, the chirping birds, the mammals, they fill the air. And you would assume that no human life had ever possibly crossed into such a place if it were not for the dried out human ribcage next to your feet. The skulls peppering the pathway.
I don't like this. This is I don't know. It's just being a little rough right now. Jay, this is it reminds me of a lot of the things I've seen that I was unable to help.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe we can find a different way. Maybe God damn it! I should have just gone back to my friends. No, we've got this. We can just we have to find her, right?
We have to find her. Yes, yes, we have to find her. Yes.
Yeah.
Sirs, you have to remember, if we believe it, we can make it happen. If we believe it, we can get through this.
Claro.
Just like you taught me. So we march forward.
We've got it.
Jules takes a brave step in front of the two of you and starts walking out through this rock pathway.
Jules, cuídate, okay? Be careful.
No, come here. You got to see this. Come here.
Just don't Don't go too fast, Jules.
As you rush up behind Jules and you start to crest this small hill, you see it now before you. A garden like you've never seen before. Within this valley, hidden by the rocky walls. A lushness like you've never laid your eyes on before. How could this be? Why could this be? But such it is.
Have you ever seen anything like that, J.A.?
Who named this Death Valley?
It's been named that for a very long time, young sir. I understand you were one of humanity's last children. Before the climate change around the time of your birth, this was one of the least living places on the planet. So hot, nothing could live here. It almost makes you think she has a point to prove, something to say, by making this out of it.
Well, I'm stumped. What, that life's hard? Huh? I don't know.
Look, maybe this was a mistake, okay? Maybe this was a mistake. I don't know, Jay. I'm feeling a little down.
No, listen, we just have to keep going. Like Jules was saying before, remember what you taught him, what you taught me. You know, you've given me a lot of hope. You've given me, a reason to keep going. You know, maybe I came out of Isaac for a reason. You know?
Yeah.
So maybe, there's something to be said about life and death.
I feel like we had everything, J.A. I feel like humanity had the key to everything.
Mr. Fidel?
Yes,
As Jules comes to a stop before you, he kind of waves for you to come up and join him. You've found yourself at a valley, a canyon that goes deeper than your eyes can see. The illusion of this Eden on the other side. You cannot reach it unless you cross. Both of you, roll your brains for me, please. Let's say a D6 for both of you. I believe it's your brains is a D6. There. Difficulty of 7.
4.
Also a 4.
Let's see if either of you... You have 3 tokens available.
See? I get tokens?
AJ, you also have 3.
I have 3.
Would either of you like to succeed this?
I would like to succeed this.
So you do. You kind of hold out your arm, bracing to make sure that J.A. does not move forward, stopping at this cliffside. You can see before you, with your eyes that always believe, can see through some of the illusions of this earth. There is a path before you, but these plants, they've somehow created a refraction. The life that she's growing here, developing new properties, like splicing of DNA, these plants have inhabited the abilities of that of like a salamander. There is a bridge before you. You just cannot see it. And you'll just have to have some faith to walk forward.
This is wrong. This is not right. This shouldn't be. We can't go forward. This is corrupt. This is sick.
Okay. We have to go forward.
We can't look at it. Look at what's happened. Look at what happened to the world.
The whole time, you've been telling me to just believe. What was the saying? Believe and it'll happen.
I wouldn't call it a setting or saying. It's just just believe it.
Just believe it.
You're young. I want to. I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of things in my lifetime, J.A. I feel like we've gone too far.
Mr. Fidel, what do you see? Is there?
You don't see those creatures? Those twisted plant salamander-looking creatures?
Is there a path?
Yes. There's a path. Then we go.
Jules puts out his arms. He closes his eyes, and you watch as he slowly takes a step into what appears to be the air, and he lets his weight rock forward. And you watch as his foot makes contact with something and indents as it starts to fall just slightly in, bending that refraction, shifting the light. As his weight starts to give, and it rocks back just a little, enough to make him nervous, but it holds. And he takes another. And another as he turns around. There's a path! You were right! Mr. Fidel, there's a path!
Okay. Just say, okay? Just be careful, proceed with caution.
Okay.
You're not through it yet.
I'll just keep, yes.
But yes.
No, but I believe that there's a path. There is a path.
There is a path.
Okay. So he keeps walking. And you watch J.A.'s. Jules appears to be floating over this canyon. You would truly, truly believe that, if not for the indentions and give in every one of his steps. If you look closely enough, with each of his indentions, you watch as these small twigs, branches, and leaves retract and reshape around those steps. This is a living walkway. You can see that now. But I'm gonna need you to roll your grit for me, please. Difficulty of 5. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. D4.
You said difficulty of 5?
I did.
Oh, that's a 2.
You have 3 tokens available.
I'm gonna use 3 tokens.
I'm glad you're using them now. You keep it together. You brace yourself.
Okay.
I'll be right behind you, J.A.
Okay. I slowly just take little tiny steps forward up to the edge, and just to the best of my ability trying to retrace the steps that Jules
Do you take
laid out.
tiny steps? As in, well, you said that so meekishly, I have to question your belief here.
At first,
Do you take confident steps, J.A.? Do you believe in the actions it is that you are taking?
okay.
Just follow Jules. He's setting the path.
We just gotta believe, right? We just gotta believe. Okay. And I close my eyes, and I take the first step.
You feel as it gives slightly on your weight, and then almost like rubber, reflexes, pulling you back up. Each step like that on a trampoline. But you step, and you step, and you step.
It's real, Fidel. It's real. Just follow us, and we're gonna be fine.
Okay. Vamos. I take, seeing them do it, I take confident steps, just mirroring the motions that Jules and J.A. have taken.
Given that you are who you are, I don't think it's necessary for you to believe yet. You continue walking, each pacing yourselves across this bridgeway. And upon landing on the other side, Fidel, as you turn and look behind you, you see through the illusion, through the refraction, as they start to course, twist, and pull away from themselves, retracting back into that cliffside. If you were to leave, you could not.
I'm just gonna call forward. I take that, and I'm gonna take a deep breath and say, everything's great, keep moving forward, don't look back, don't want to just keep following Jules' steps.
And you would. But you're greeted by that old friend again. She appears before you in the now grassy hillside with another warning. You don't have to keep going.
¿Qué estás haciendo, huh? Why are you doing this? Why can't we just come talk to you?
Mitchell, you've already come further than I expected you to. You could turn back and enjoy the rest of your meager lives.
Look, I came to see an old friend and I intend to see that through. Okay?
You say so, Francisco. I hope you brought me some cafecito while you're at it.
I forgot the cafecito. Shit.
Let's see how much longer you live.
Very well.
As her face fades, you see before you now this tree line. With her face disappearing, it shifts. The trees appear not as if they're walking, like they're sliding, like something under the earth is pulling them along a track, moving from the left and to the right. You can feel the rumble of it underneath your feet, the ground below, alive as well, just alive as the world you see before you. Everything shifting, everything moving and adapting to your presence. They're moving, sir.
Just proceed with caution. Okay?
You just gotta keep moving.
Keep moving forward. Exactly, Jay. Just keep doing what you're doing, Jules. You're doing great.
Jay, roll your cognition for me, please. You still have not got your sheet out? Okay, great.
I don't have.
That's a D8. You could be writing these down as I tell you. If I have to repeat myself, the die will magically get lower.
Yeah. 5. I don't have any more tokens.
Let me check. You do not.
What was the difficulty?
Did I say 8? No, I said D.
No, you said D8.
It wasn't 8, but
Oh.
it's thick. This area, hard to see through. But, Fidel, would you like to try to see through these obstructions?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you roll a D10 for me, please. Difficulty of 8.
Okay. May I use your D10, please?
Yes.
Thank you. It's a 4.
You too cannot see the danger that sits just before you as you just keep walking forward, moving towards the center, making your way towards that pristine valley below. And you cannot see what's before you, but you do start to hear something. At first, it's hard to tell if it's the trees continuing to move, the rustling of the bush. But if you pay attention, if you listen closely, there's a rhythm to it. Footsteps.
Jules, move faster. Move faster, Jules. We have to keep moving.
Don't move faster, Jules.
Don't move faster?
Don't move faster. I'm gonna start to just crouch down.
J.A. starts to crouch down.
Just walk really slowly, okay? We don't have any idea what's in here. We can't just go running into the thick. I know you're hopeful, but we shouldn't be that hopeful. Okay?
As you crouch down, J.A., roll your flight for me, please. Difficulty of 7. That's a D10.
Thank you.
Where did I put it? There it is.
8.
As you crouch down, Fidel and Jules, they hear J.A. and the words he says. But as they quickly start to look around in confusion, they can no longer see J.A. He is out of your view, somewhere in these weeds, this thick bush. J.A., you found a way to slide back from the two of them. You know that you're being hunted, but you also believe if you can remain hidden, the two of them might reveal what's possibly hunting them. Roll your cognition for me, please. Difficulty of 6.
4.
You can hear it. Just like yourself, it remains low. But you hear it. And the thing that you are surprised by, Jay, you have to wonder if, like the bridge, something natural but unnatural. Because as you're listening to these footsteps, how large they are, they do not move these footsteps in groups of 4 or 2. You count 6. 6 steps, each burst, heavy. The sharpness, as they occasionally cross rock, could lead you to assume strong claws, a predator for sure. But it moves seldom, and especially less when everyone else stops. Which also lets you understand it's smart enough to know that it could be heard as well.
As I'm crouched down, very low to the ground, obviously, and so I just start to slowly move my hand. I'm keeping my eyes up to make sure that that I can't see something coming at me, but I just start slowly raking my hand across the ground to find a rock that I could possibly use to at least defend myself.
Roll a cognition for me, please. Difficulty of 5.
2.
As you reach your hand across the ground and you start to feel a sharp object like a rock and you go to grasp it in your hand, the earth itself shifts to suck it out of your grasp. The earth moved. It's working against you. Mr. Fidel, what, are we just gonna stand here? What are we doing?
But we can't leave without J.A.
Where did he go?
I'm not sure. He's either a genius or a
J.A.! J.A.!
Shh, calm it down, okay? Keep your voice down.
I don't like this.
Hey, just steady your breathing, okay? We're gonna get through this.
What are we supposed to do?
Maybe he wants us to, maybe we can use this opportunity.
What was that? Did you hear that? There's something out there.
We don't have anything, do we? Any sort of defense weapons or anything? Did you bring any?
I mean, I always have this pistol.
That's my Jules. All right, Jules.
You take lead. I'll cover your back. We'll defend until we find. Okay. Hold on. Give me the pistol. Give me the pistol.
Huh?
Give me the pistol.
Yes.
Dámelo, okay?
All right. Yes.
Okay.
It's-
Okay.
The safety's on.
That's good. I don't want to.
It's also not loaded.
Great. Don't say that out loud. They'll hear you.
Hold on. I just gotta get in my bag. I have rounds in the bag.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt it. Okay? We can't actually hurt life's creations. It'll only get her bad. We just have to.
Wait, so you think that it can understand English and know that I just said that it's not loaded?
I don't know what it can and can't understand. I don't know what we're dealing with.
Do you think it's a person?
I have no idea. But all I know is that I don't think life wants us to hurt it. I think it's only going to anger her more. Okay? So what we're going to do,
So we're gonna pretend to shoot it,
we're going to pretend to shoot it.
but it's not even gonna make a sound. There's not.
I'm just holding it as a way. I don't know if it can see. I don't know what we're dealing with, Jules.
If it's never seen a gun before, would it know to be afraid of one?
These are all great questions, Jules, but they're not productive questions. They're not productive to the situation. They're just prolonging us in doubt, Jules. We just need to make a decision, Jules, and go with it.
Okay, well, I've got 6 rounds here. You just tell me when you need them.
Okay, give me one.
Okay.
Give me the whole round. Give me one round.
Just 1 round.
Give me one round. I'll fire up in the air. Okay, we'll be a distraction.
Okay. Just 1 round. You're gonna have to.
Put this in my pants real quick. Load up. Is this loaded already? The cartridge?
No, it was not loaded.
Listen, we're not gun people.
Well, I know, that's why I always bring it with me in case we need it in a situation like this, but you always told me we would never need it.
And then, okay, I got it.
You just ejected the round.
Shit.
Jules! I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean,
Is it? Do I still? I got it. Okay.
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 All right.
We're gonna draw them out. Hopefully, we'll get the attention, and JA can escape, or we'll see where JA is. Ready?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Safety off.
All right.
That much we know.
Okay.
I aim my pistol to the sky.
And you fire. Jay, you hear a shot ring out. As you look above the weeds, you can kind of see Fidel's hand lifted into the sky. It's the small trail of smoke and just moves upwards out of the released cartridge. And then there's a moment of silence. A moment of pause. But then, and then louder and louder. You can now see, as you glance over to the left, you can see JA just out of view. Spikes, rows of them, just barely lifting above the grass, moving in rhythm, at full speed, directly towards Fidel and Jules.
I just start to sprint as low as I can towards Fidel and Jules, trying to intercept it. And I go and I just try and swipe it to the side while trying to avoid.
Roll your
the
fight for me,
spikes.
please. D12.
Okay. 11. Ha 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 ha. Yes.
You run at full speed through these weeds. You can see as it's moving. And as you come into the clearing of the path, just before you see this creature emerge out of the weeds directly towards Fidel as he turns to the left, your left shoulder impacts the side of this right at its neck as you go flying with it down to the ground. But now, boom, as it hits the ground, it's quickly going to scurry itself up. And as it goes to scurry, you feel on your back one of those extra legs has already pinned you down. In front of you, you see 2. You can see that the other 2 are pushing from behind, but a middle row of legs has now on its right side pinned your back towards the ground. Roll your grit for me, please.
Two.
I rolled a sink. So you start to push yourself off. Mr. Fidel, take another round. Take another round.
Okay.
Take another round.
Fine.
Load it, you have to load it.
Fucking shoot it!
Is it one? What is it, a round or is it a cartridge?
It's a per round.
Oh, sick.
Load that you'll have to take out there. But I'm gonna need you to roll for me, please. Your this is going to be. This is going to be a fight roll from you. I'm gonna ask for a D12 roll from you. Okay?
Okay.
Difficulty of 10. You're in a high intense situation. Now let me tell you something. This will be a high stress roll. We've not had one of these in a while. If you were to use any tokens, you would have to call them out before the roll instead of after.
Okay. I would like to use a token.
You have one available. So you use that token. Whatever you roll, add one to it.
Okay. Okay. Azúcar. That's a 5.
A total of 6, but that does keep you from getting close to a critical. So as you're trying to load it, you're fumbling as they start falling to the ground through your hands as you're quickly trying to load. Mr. Fidel, Mr. Fidel! As Jules runs to the ground and starts picking them up off the ground, Jay, you can see over your right shoulder, they're not going to be much help to you in this situation.
Dame. Hurry.
How am I pinned again?
You are pushing yourself up. You are strong enough to push yourself up as it's got its right middle leg kind of trying to push down against you. You've knocked it over. It's trying to stand. You're trying to stand. It was trying to hold you, but you did succeed in being able to push yourself up.
Okay, so I'm pushed up. I'm just gonna sort of swipe to the right and try and roll out from under its leg.
So you're not going to make an attack. You're going to make an escape. That's going to be a flight roll, please. That's a D10.
Three.
Oh, buddy. The first time on this show I've ever rolled a swim.
Oh, God.
It's an 18.
Great. 3.
As you're trying to roll off to the side, turning your back towards it, it quickly lashes out with its front 2 legs, putting both down on your chest, its claws digging deep into your right shoulder and underneath towards your rib cage as it pulls you directly back in towards it, and its jaws now flapping just right above your face, smacking at you as you try to hold it off, as you're quickly trying to reload your gun.
I'm coming, Jay! Just hold on!
I need you to roll your flight for me now as you're trying to quickly do something in anticipation of an action here. This will also be a high intensity roll, but you do not have any help. So your flight, go ahead and roll a D12 for me again, if you don't mind.
Do I have tokens?
You do have now.
How many?
You have 5 tokens available.
I would like to use 2 tokens to try and help.
Okay. You're going to be adding a 2 to whatever you roll here. There's going to be a difficulty of 10 again.
Okay. I'm coming, Jay. I got you. Oh!
What is that?
2.
That's
It's
a
a
2?
sink.
Oh, it's a sink.
Yep.
Plus 2, so that's 3 out of a difficulty of 10. That's a spread of 7. That is a critical failure. So as you're rushing to help, trying to load, you finally get one in, and you, like, as you slam it shut, as it goes off, and it frightens you to the point that you throw the gun up in the air as it goes flying off into the bushes, and as you quickly turn to run after it, you fall on a limb and just crack your head into the dirt. Mr. Fidel! Mr. Fidel! As Jules just runs over and starts trying to lift you back up. Come on, get up! Get up! What's up? Get up!
Help
Blood
him!
is rushing
Help!
down your face.
Help him!
Okay?
I'm just slamming my fist into the face of this creature, trying to hit anything that I can, like nose, eye, just anything that I can.
Yeah. No, I get it. God. I'm just gonna let you know, I did roll first in anticipation of this action.
Great.
You're gonna have to roll your flight.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And I want you to know. That I haven't rolled the second one yet, but that is another swing. So that's starting at a 10, and we'll end up. Now I only got a 3, so that's a 13 total.
But I'm only
A D10.
all right. That is 6.
You only have 3 tokens available. Now, 13 to
9.
Would you say that was a 6?
6.
If you don't use your tokens, it will be a critical failure. And in this moment, that could be.
Yeah, I'm gonna use all of them.
Okay. Smart. It's the one way to keep you alive. As you're trying to hold it off, just punching it in the general direction, its jaws clasp down on your right bicep. You feel as they sink in, and as this jaw clamps down on your bicep, its 2 middle legs start clawing at your midsection, lining you up as it's starting to pin you down to the ground, as it starts scratching at your sides as you feel open air hit your ribcage.
Joel, grab the gun!
Jules, help him! Hurry!
What do you want me to do?
Eddie, ram into it! Something!
Okay, we're leaving this up to Jules. All right, he's gonna roll his fight. And now we'll roll the flight of the monster. Okay. Jules starts running at full speed down the path. Hang on, Jay! As he jumps right in the air, as he just both arms around this monster and hits it with all his might. It does not go tumbling. It does not go falling off to the side, but it does lift it up off of you as Jules digs his feet down to the ground and lifts with all of his might to lift him up just enough off of you to allow you to escape from underneath its claws.
I'm just gonna start to get as far away from the claws in the mouth that I can.
Roll your flight for me, please, if that's what you would like to do.
Said flight?
Yes.
9.
I rolled a sync. How do you get away, and where do you get away to?
I'm gonna go in the direction that the gun was flown. So behind the monster. So I'm just gonna sprint that way and just try and find the gun as quickly as I can.
Okay. I'm gonna say because you critically succeeded that roll, you know where it is, and you go to it,
Cool.
and you find it.
Great.
So you've got the gun, you run over, you grab the gun, and you turn, and you now see Jules as he's holding this beast, and it starts to immediately lash towards him. Now, Fidel, you've gotten up, your eyes blurry, blood seeping from your brow, and as you look forward, you can see that Jules is holding this creature by himself. Mr. Fidel, come on, I think this can work!
I'm coming, Jules! I want to go and I want to help him. I want to grapple this beast and I guess, is he lifting the skull up? Like,
No, you just grabbed it from the side. Just like hit it.
I'm just gonna
across the
grapple it. I try to hold it down because I see J.A. going for where the gun went. So I'm gonna try and hold it down.
Okay. Now, you are the god of hope. You do have special ways with the world, if you believe. Would you like to try to empower through belief your companions?
Absolutely.
Just tell me how and I'll have you roll for it. You don't have enough tokens to just do it. So tell me how.
Yeah. As I run towards the creature with Jules, I want to grapple on him. I look at him and say, "Hey, you got this. We've been through worse.
We've been through worse.
I know you can do this."
I can do this.
And I go, and I want to yell out to J.A. J.A. We believe in you. This is going to work. Okay? You can do this.
Now, you have D20 charm. There's going to be a difficulty of 10. Roll it for me.
Oh, there's. Okay. Oh, please. Please. Oh my gosh, it's 11. Thank you. Thank you.
It's 11. You hear Fidel's voice ringing out through your mind. As it hits you, something takes you over. Something you're not necessarily accustomed to. Confidence. Belief in yourself. Everything you've done in your life, you've done out of necessity and fear. Very seldom out of a belief that it's something that you could achieve, that you could do. This is an unfamiliar feeling, but you let it course through you. And you do what? Because it will succeed freely.
So, Jules and Fidel are trying to grapple the monster, and in Jules's back pocket is the remaining rounds, the remaining 4 rounds.
He loaded more than one round that went
did?
off. He did.
Oh, okay.
He only shot once.
Great. So I'm gonna cock the gun and just...
You watch a fresh round eject. Oh, shit.
Fuck!
You still have another.
I still have another. Great. So that's loaded. I didn't shot a gun like once. Is there? I want to load a bullet.
You do so. You don't need to keep ejecting them though.
Fuck. Great.
There's 4 more!
I'm going to just run up behind the monster and get to the back of the head as quickly as I possibly can and pull the trigger.
You pull the trigger. And you watch as it starts to move its head to the left and to the right. And then you watch as its eyeballs shift inside of its skull and reappear, opening, looking directly at you. You watch as its jaw starts to collapse in on itself. And you see as the spikes on its back that are pointing your general direction start to grow teeth and start moving, chomping in your general direction. You have 3 more rounds in that gun.
Great. I'm gonna put the first one right in between the eyes.
It hits between the eyes. Again, the eyes sink in, move, shift, and the jaws keep opening.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. We have to find its weak point. This is not fucking working.
Roll your cognition for me. Your difficulty of 5.
7.
Oh yeah, the 2 eyes with the 2 bullets left. That's probably a good place to start. Eyes are usually a pretty weak point,
Well, I shot in between the eyes.
but that's the skull.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot it right in the eyeball. I just take the gun and put it just like the nose of the gun is like in its eye, and I pull the trigger.
As you pull the trigger on the right eye, it explodes into like a water balloon of flesh, spraying up into the air. And you quickly take the second round, taking it into the left, as it screams out in pain and just starts throwing its body to the side, thrashing, slashing out in whatever general direction it can. I need each person here, well, you two, to roll your flight for me, please. Difficulty of 6.
Here's my D10.
Haha,
Yes.
8. Oh, sorry.
You're good. 4.
A 4?
Yes.
That was a difficulty of 6.
Do I have any tokens?
You have 1 token available. AJ, you have some. Would you like to help?
I would like to help you.
You have 6 tokens available.
I have 6?
Yes.
I'll use 2.
I'll use 1. That should do it.
Yes, it should. J.A. grabs you, Fidel, and jumps off to the side. As you both land on the ground, you watch as you hit, as this creature just lashes out, crying out, as it's very clearly dying. But in its final lash, you watch as its spiky tail, as Jules is looking directly at you, sees you land and gets ready to run, as it impales his body and just throws him up against the tree. As he hits, sliding down along with the creature.
Jules!
It's not moving anymore, correct?
It is not.
Okay.
I run straight to Jules.
Mr. Fidel.
Hey, Jules, listen to me. You're one of my best friends, Jules.
Here.
Shh, no, stop.
No,
Okay.
here. As he reaches into his pocket, he pulls out his notebook. It's covered in blood, but the pages are not soggy, at least. Here, our adventures.
They're nothing without you, Jules.
That's the dumbest thing you've ever said. Goodbye, Mr. Fidel.
No, Jules, come on, man. I'm gonna make sure I fill this book with stories of you, okay?
Goodbye. Jay, roll your cognition for me, please. Difficulty of 5.
I'm gonna use 1 token.
Okay. Just to make sure that you succeed with a little bit of extra there.
Yeah.
As you watch this happen and you try to figure out how you will comfort Fidel in this moment, you kind of look over his shoulder and you can see that this spike, it passed through kind of on the side of Jules' rib cage. A chunk, missing for sure, lots of blood. But he's fine. Mr. Fidel, you gotta go on without me.
No, Jules, come on. No, I don't.
This is, guys.
We
can fix it. Jules, do you have anything in your bag? Anything?
I've gone on long enough.
I'm just gonna take my jacket off and start
so
wrapping
cold
it tightly
and so
around his
tired.
waist. You gotta give him some hope. He's gonna be fine. I've been through way worse than this. He's gonna be fine.
Wait, you mean that?
Yes. You're the god. He's gonna be fine.
You're gonna be fine. He's gonna be.
Oh. Would you look at that? It hurts really bad, but it's just a...
Stop touching it. Stop touching it.
Oh, I hope it
touch
doesn't get infected.
No, don't touch it. Stop touching it.
Oh,
Jules, hijo puta, come here, man. Oh, give him a big ol' hug. You're gonna be fine. Give him a noogie. You're gonna be fine. Hit him on the back on accident where he's actually. Oh, sorry. Oh my God! I thought you died, Jules. What the fuck?
And as you both are celebrating, Jay, you fall to the ground. You're getting dizzy. You've lost a lot of blood. Are you? Oh, he's not okay.
Oh.
He actually got hurt really bad. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, I can help.
Do you have anything in there?
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I have some gin. Wait, Mr. Fidel.
Yeah.
This feels like a test. There's got to be stuff here we can use.
We are.
And also, we just brought a gun into Life's Kingdom and killed an animal with it.
No. This is part of a test, okay? This was a gift from Eva, okay? She wants us. It's the circle of life. Why don't we?
Jay, roll your cognition for me, please. Difficulty of 6. Now, though you all, as a group,
5. Can I use a token?
you may.
How many do I have left after that?
You have 3.
Okay, cool.
Now, though Fidel and Jules are clearly out of their element, Jay, though the rules of this place may have changed, you spent your entire young life built for this. Sayaka made sure of it. She never wanted you to find people, to have a family. She wanted this. You to survive on your own, without the need for help. And as you survey the land around you, there's patterns that you start to recognize. You know these things, these plants. You know what best to numb the pain. You know what best to tie up against your side. And you believe you know what life wants out of this test.
I just start like moving my finger around until I see the plant for the numbing. I just point to it.
Yes. Okay.
yes.
Yeah. I got it. It's fine. It's fine.
I got it.
It's fine.
Okay?
Yeah. You are a god and everything. Yeah, you do it.
Grab one for him too.
Okay.
And I just take it.
Here.
And I just start crushing it down to the best that I can and just gently applying it.
I do the same, and I apply it to Jules. Okay, this might hurt, Jules, okay? Take a deep breath.
Ah, fuck. Okay, no, it's not that bad.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I've never really been in situations like this before, and I have a tendency to overreact.
It's okay, you're fine.
I've lived quite the sheltered life. And in all of our adventures, you are the god of hope, and we never seem to encounter any danger at all. And now this, it's a lot.
I'm looking around again, and I see some bigger leaves.
Okay,
Those
big,
ones.
okay.
Wrap those.
Yeah, we got it.
Here you go, Jay.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be okay.
J.A. starts patching himself up. And much to his surprise, these plants, they don't only numb the pain. He watches as they start to merge with his tissue. They start to graft themselves into the skin itself, changing color, covering the wound. Oh my God, is this okay? Is this fine? What's going on?
I wouldn't say it's supposed to happen, but it's good. I think this was a test.
Yeah.
You start to immediately feel better. And as the sun begins to set, Jay, you know what you should do with that corpse. You know what Sayaka taught you. You know what needs to be done.
Jules, do you have a knife? Anything sharp?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
At all?
Yeah, I have a knife. Maybe we should use this instead of the gun. That might have been a better call.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
give me
worked
that.
out, though.
Okay,
No? It worked out.
I'm just gonna start.
Well, as you take that knife and you walk over to the now deceased creature, you take 2 steps in its general direction, and you start to see the earth shift underneath it. The soil moving. And you watch as these vines pull themselves out of the earth and start wrapping around this creature, pulling ever tight as they start sawing against the flesh itself, pulling it down into the earth as its blood seeps into the soil, moving like water beneath your feet. Oh. And then these vines, they all start raising up out of this earth and snaking into your general direction, as if they're looking, as if they too are hunting. Mr. Fidel, is this supposed to be happening?
I think this is still part of her game. I don't think we're out of the woods just yet. Everyone move back, okay? Move back.
What are we doing? Okay, and as you start to move back, you hear the trees moving behind you. And as you look over your shoulder, you watch as the trees part and the ground starts to rise. And as it rises as one singular mound, then like millions of fingers, these vines start reaching out and flowing directly towards your backside as you see them coming directly towards the front.
We need to get out of here right now.
Jay, roll your cognition for me, please. Difficulty of 6.
Sync.
What was that?
Sync.
You said sync?
Yep.
One moment.
My cognition's a D8, right?
Your cognition is a D8, yes. I said difficulty of 6.
Yep.
For some reason, I've been gifted 2 tokens tonight. I'm gonna give you 2 of them, which will give you 5 tokens total.
Cool, I'm gonna use them.
I've already put you through hell. I'm feeling quite generous. You see these vines reaching out towards you, lashing, and you see as Fidel and Jules are ready to run. And as they get ready to, you grab both their arms and you hold them. Because you know something that they do not. You believe that this too is part of a test. But why? J.A., sell me on the why.
Everyone, just don't move, okay?
Okay.
Just like life has a purpose, death also has a purpose, okay? I think the forest is just trying to take that body and use it for its advantage, okay? It's going to hunt just like that monster was, okay?
J.A. knows that in the epic fight between humanity and nature, nature will always win. Always. Nature will just evolve. And when humanity is nothing but dust, life will eventually sprout out of their remains.
With death comes life. Okay?
I'm sorry, I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're putting down. Are you anticipating that they are going to kill you in this moment?
I thought that they might.
You thought that they might? Okay.
But I thought if we stand very still.
If we stand very still, they may not. I'll explain your cognition a little bit more for you then. I thought you would understand what I was putting down for you. J.A. recognizes that as part of this test, you can't win. You can't. So why fight it? There's no point in fighting it. Just let it happen. Adapt. Even if it hurts. Jay, you know that you can't fight back.
I think that what we need to do is just embrace this. And embrace nature. And embrace life.
Okay.
It's gonna be okay.
As you stand motionless in this forest, the vines start at your legs, working their way up, moving around your midsection, closing tighter and tighter, your arms bound. And you watch as the light fades from your view. And you hear the sound of the earth moving beneath you. And you're pulled, and you're pulled, and you start falling deep beneath the earth. You can feel it rushing on all sides of you, crushing at your body, but your body holds strong. They're protecting you. They've surrounded you. They're moving you. And then you feel an abrupt stop. And the light comes back into view. The sun now higher in the sky. You have no way of knowing how long you were under the earth. Or maybe the light in the forest worked differently. But it's now midday. And standing above the two of you who've now been revealed and let loose by these plants, to be on your knees at the presence of life itself.
Hola, Eva.
Hi.
So, was it worth it?
It was. That's how much this young man needs to see you. I believe that he is the key to fixing this.
Fixing what?
The imbalance. Humanity has completely ruined everything. But now the human race is fucking going extinct. But I think that maybe we can fix this. Maybe we can find some sort of balance.
Tell me, what do you see as this imbalance? The cause of it?
The cause of it?
Yes.
It's because of us. It's because of humans. We destroyed our own world. We destroyed everything that you gave to us.
And look around you. This place exists not because of humanity, but in spite of it.
As you look around this valley, you notice you're not the only human here. There are others. They're wearing white, tattered clothes, no shoes on their feet. But they seem happy. No danger at all. But you've never seen in your entire life anything quite this beautiful, especially as life itself before you.
This is a place that humans can only enter into if they accept that they are powerless over nature. Or at least there should be. Before that imbalance you spoke of, that was a world where humans could not accept their place. But here is perfection. Here is glorious. Here is beauty.
Miss Life, I'm sorry, I'm Jules. Nice to meet you. This wasn't my journey, but I'm here. Aren't you a daughter of chaos? Aren't you one of Phobos' children? Do you not care that Phobos is gone? Phobos, right? That's what I'm saying?
Yes,
right?
yes, Phobos.
No, why should I care? You think I could have created all of this if Phobos was still here?
But
I couldn't have. That wasn't a rhetorical question. I actually could not have. This imbalance for you actually gives this Earth a chance to thrive. Without humans, this Earth could become one massive garden, just like this. Why should I help you change anything?
because we're all dying. We won't exist anymore. You might be okay, and you fellow gods or whatever, but we're dying. We've got nothing left.
We need humanity, Eva, okay? They bring us hope, they drive the future. They may be flawed, but they also love and they care, and they care about things that might mean the world to them, but doesn't matter to anyone else, but they care and they're put in the effort, okay? We need them as much as they need us.
Do you think that harmony is just going to stop? Do you think that they're not just going to try and destroy everything?
Now, life, of course, knows. Harmonia knows Harmonia well. Harmonia is order. And before her parent, Phobos, chaos, chose to give those primates a consciousness, nature lived thriving in order. There was a balance to all life that followed a path. But Phobos fucked that up. Gave humanity all the power. Life knows Harmonia well. Life knows order well.
What do you think is going to happen once humanity is gone? It doesn't just stop there.
You make an interesting point. So what would you have me do?
Help? In any way that you can?
I think that once you spend some time here, you'll see how much better this would be. But with respect for everything you went through to get to me, to plead your case, and to ask for my help, I'll make you a deal. Stay here with me in this valley of life until October 1st. And if you haven't changed your mind by then I'll help you.
Okay.
J.A. nods his head in agreement. Fidel seems supportive of this, so it gives J.A. some confidence. But you notice something, or you feel something, watching you from just behind you in the tree line. You feel their eyes glaring at you. And as you turn to look over your shoulder, J.A., you watch as these small plants start to twist and turn, morphing their shape, congealing, turning inward, revealing the bare wood that was once inside, forming small effigies of your friends. A little 1-foot-tall Sid starts walking out of this little tree line and holds up a small little wooden hand for you to grasp onto.
Just reach out and grab the hand.
Sid climbs up on your arm, moving herself up to your right shoulder, where she sits. You hear as her little wooden body twists and turns, as it looks at you, and it looks through you, and it does not speak in a voice, not one that you can hear out here, but you feel it. You feel all of the effigies. They ask a simple question. You're not going to be a problem here, are you?
No. No, I'm not. I'm not going to be a problem.
And as you say this, little Sid nods, crawls down from your arm, and runs over to Life, as Life bends down and whispers something into this small effigy's non-existent ear, as it nods back up at Life, and then runs back into the woods from which it came. This remains. This. Midnight with the moon in its jaws. Emily Pegg finds herself not necessarily awoken, but present with the friends she had lost. She's back in the Red Room. She can feel Laura. She can feel Billy. She knows Tibby's here, but she cannot feel his presence. She was absent from her own mind. Emily, can you roll your cognitive for me, please? Difficulty of 6.
We got any tokens?
What was your roll?
2.
Oh,
Not enough.
no, you have 0 tokens available. I'm sorry. What you saw while you were outside, it's hard to recall. It's already fading so fast. You know you saw your body. You saw something else. Something was coming after Laura. But it's past. Already fading. Is all you have is the here and the now. And Billy Baker, he's confused. Wasn't Audrey with us? Well, where's Audrey?
She was here, right? My sister, you saw her. You were there.
Oh, that's right. She's in our memory. Sabine.
Well, was she here or was she there only?
Your sister was here?
Yeah, Audrey, she was here.
And Emily, this is surprising to you because you didn't even know his sister's name was Audrey. Or at least that you can remember.
remember much. Are you okay? Fine, but I don't...
Laura reaches out. The whole point in everything that happened was to bring Emily back, to reconnect, to work together, to bring Emily back to this moment, this place. Laura thinks maybe she can help. Laura, can you roll your adaptive for me, please? Difficulty of 6.
7.
You reach through this soup. You feel her mind. And you feel what she felt. You see what she saw, or at least part of it. You start opening the space with it, allowing Billy to see it as well, as you all see this almost projected image of Emily floating above her body, your bodies. You see yourselves in this room, this space. You recognize the technology, the machine. Laura, you were right. It's your tech. Marcus's lab. You're all under. You, Emily, Billy, and Timmy. And you see something else, Laura. You see 2 technicians panicking, frantic, trying to figure out what's happening. They can't see you anymore, and as far as they're concerned, they think they've lost you, possibly comatose. And before you can absorb any more, before you can truly take in the room, you're back in the red room, here, together.
Okay. So, couple things. Yeah, this is my tech. We're in synchrony. They are trying to pry.
They pry, they pull, but it's short. They won't give up.
They keep using our trauma, those high emotion incidents, to try to prize their way in. But I didn't build my tech for multiple people. That's the thing. And if any of them were smart enough to realize that, they could iterate on it. But they're stupid.
They can't see what we're seeing. Maybe.
They can't see what we're seeing, and they can't get whatever they're looking for without us giving it to them. So, kind of got a question for y'all. Do we want to get out? Or do we want to get whatever we decided to forget?
You hear his voice start to enter the conversation. You knew he was here, but what you don't understand, Laura, is how he's able to move so freely in and out of your view. Are we sure that that's... Are you really sure that's the path you want to go down?
Just show up.
I've been here. I am here.
Why can't we see you?
I don't want to be seen.
What you don't want to share, you don't want to be seen. It feels like we are going through this together, but you are not. You are separate from this.
We already did this together. I'm trying to honor that.
And we agreed to forget, and look where that fucking got us, Tibby. 30 years of trauma.
Emily, roll your attack for me, please. Difficulty of 6.
4.
Emily, would you like to use some tokens?
I would.
You have 5 available.
I'll use 2.
Okay. As you lash out and your anger in this space, you feel a quick pull, a quick tug from the trauma. The trauma, it weakens your connection. But the result, what you wanted without knowing you wanted it, you push Tibby out. You feel the 3 of you. He's just outside your collective consciousness. He can no longer speak, unless you wish for him to be spoken to.
Yeah, maybe that's better for now.
I don't get what he's afraid of.
Look, if he's not gonna tell it to us, then why don't we go in and see what we can find?
That's right. There's no way we would have agreed to this without putting something in place. In case we have to go back, right? Like, I wouldn't just agree.
If Mallory was our friend, I wouldn't have agreed to switch a friend out for another friend. Unless there was a way I knew it would work.
Yeah.
I'm down for whatever y'all think is best, but I would
Look,
like to get more answers, maybe.
I know you guys have never liked it when I brought this shit up, but like, you guys noticed weird shit in the last 30 years. You kept it from me.
Yeah.
No, I'm not asking for an apology. What if there's little things that I remember that you don't? What if there's things that you remember that I don't? Not even in like the way that we agreed to forget. But like, if we went through all this trauma, regardless of what Tibby says, if we went through trauma, the brain responds to trauma by trying to protect the body from it.
True.
It is a PTSD response. So memories are going to change. If you're saying that we can go and see each other's memories now, I could let you guys into my memories. The way I remember them might be different to you because I am blocking it out. Because I'm fucking traumatized by it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
Laura, roll your adaptive for me, please. Difficulty of 5.
Hey, do I have any tokens?
You do. You have 4.
I'll use 3 of them.
Okay. You know, or at least you can theorize, that what Emily's saying is true. You would know that there's a other positive aspect to what Emily's saying. She may know the mind, but you know the tech. And you know that hiding inside each other's minds is like hiding in an abstract. They'll be trying to read one of you, and like you said, it's not meant to handle all of you. And as long as you're together, collected, to them, they won't be able to translate it. It will be a language they do not recognize. But you also know there's a risk that it could be a language you do not recognize as well. Truly, truly sharing one's innermost thoughts with one another.
The most basic part of this. That is the reason why people go to therapy. To get an outside eye on everything.
Emily, you're right. And I invented an entire piece of technology instead of going to therapy. So, I do believe you. I'm a little worried because if we start looking, they're going to try to look with us. And it's going to be weirder in there. Shared mindscapes. It's a completely different layout. The tech was never meant to read it, so we can hide from them. But we just need to be careful. So I don't want to lose either of you. Any of you. In there too.
I say this too. You guys are the smart ones, but I prefer to tag along and not be in here alone. Alone.
Billy?
Alone. Alone.
Billy.
Alone. Alone.
Just right with him.
Alone. Alone.
Billy Baker
Alone.
starts pulling at the fabric of this space. And as your consciousness is in agreement, that you've all decided together that this is the path forward, it pulls you as well. And you feel yourselves merging, shifting, stacking, like pancakes doused in butter, soaking into each other's minds. Billy Baker. You're at a diner. Is that gonna be all for you, hun?
I'll take, you know what, just bring over the whole pot.
The whole pot?
I don't know.
I mean, whatever.
I feel like I've been here a couple hours.
Yeah, well, you have, actually. You've been here 73 hours.
Has it been that long?
It's been that long this time.
Gosh, look at the time.
Billy Baker sits alone. Or at least he thinks he does. Across from him, Laura Bennett, Emily Pegg, you can see each other. You can see Billy. But at the moment he cannot see you. For he is within his memory, and this is the way he remembers it. How he interprets it. And he does not interpret you here, so he does not see you here. She just keeps pouring the coffee as it starts spilling over the top of your cup.
And you know,
now siding, like moving the liquid all around the table as it starts to drip off the hot coffee into your lap, burning against your thigh. But she just keeps pouring.
And I'll take, you know what, I'll grab one more plate of bacon.
You got it. A plate of bacon appears as it sits down in front of you, sliding over. And with each push and slide, more bacon starts to crawl upon this plate as it starts stacking and stacking. You just let me know when it's enough, hon.
Now that looks pretty good.
You right there? Is that good for you? We'll let it keep going.
You know,
as the bacon keeps stacking.
I could go for a couple sunny side eggs.
You got it. As the sunny side eggs just appear on top of the bacon.
The fuck? Do you see this? Can you hear me? I can hear you, yeah. Okay.
You know, I love the way y'all operate down here.
I like the way we operate too. You're our favorite customer.
You got a good thing going. I'll grab the check.
You'd like the check?
Yeah, I'll just bring it out with the next plate of eggs.
It's right there under that bacon plate.
Oh,
you got
look
it
at
there.
that. All right,
Billy Baker picks up this check. It's doused in coffee, but of one shake, it's dry as can be.
All right, that's It's kind of pricey, but
Is this what you meant when your tech wouldn't be stable with all of us?
How are you going to be paying for that today, sir?
do you take cash?
Not today, but we do take napkins.
Oh, well, look at that. All of these napkins on the table.
Can you hand them to me one at a time, please?
Yeah.
That's one.
That's $1 napkin.
Yes.
A $2 napkins.
That's two.
And $3 napkins.
That's three. With each napkin that you hand over, outside the window of this diner, you watch as a puzzle piece of the world disappears, leaving a jigsaw shape in its wake. With each pass, another puzzle piece gone. With each pass, another puzzle piece gone. With each pass, another puzzle piece gone.
I'm gonna reach in. Can I interrupt this like handoff?
$6 napkins.
You reach in. I need you to roll your adaptive for me, please. Difficulty of 5.
Hey, what are my tokens looking like?
1.
Okay, no. Nope.
As you reach through and you try to grab, your hand just passes through them.
$7 napkin.
You see a breeze touch one of these napkins. $8 napkin, yes. 9.
What's the appropriate tip?
9. Oh, we're a 75% tip restaurant here.
75%. Huh. You got any more napkins?
How much more bacon are you gonna eat?
I mean, how much you got back there?
She starts handing you these boxes of napkins. They're unopened.
And I start handing them back.
Thank you. No, thank you. As the world outside starts just crumbling more and more, and the roof of this building starts to break.
Beautiful day we're having.
Crumble. It starts to convert itself into Legos, and one at a time, each piece starts popping off of this roof. As you all see a hand then reach in from the top of the ceiling, reaching down as it grabs Billy Baker, pulling against his jacket, lifting him up into the sky. And you watch as Billy Baker's body starts floating.
I can't tell if this is a tech thing or a Billy thing.
And then you find yourselves in the home of Billy Baker. Billy, you're standing looking at a diorama you just completed. This diorama, you've created it, but you don't remember why. You don't remember why. The memory, not a present one, but a memory. And you have to look over your shoulder and ask your friends, Laura and Emily, what they think.
Can y'all make any of this?
You're now standing in his living room, also looking at this diorama, and you can hear my voice. A voice that permeates through this
Shut
space.
up! Hey, what the fuck?
What? When did you guys get here?
Hey, you know what, Doc? You're up. Analyze that.
Yeah, that, oh, God. Billy, you ate at diners a lot.
Yeah, a lot, yeah. There's a really good one there, and, well, I guess here, right down the road.
Billy, you were in the liminal space with us, correct?
That was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure you weren't like a memory Billy, and you're actually the Billy that is like with us and not.
That's smart. We should have a safe word.
Yeah.
Pineapple.
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 What the fuck was that? So diners, you saw that, yes?
Yeah.
Why were you paying with napkins?
Something about the napkins.
You're paying with napkins, the sky was disappearing.
Yeah, that was the hand?
What memory was that? Because like every memory we've had in here is important.
Yeah.
It's the we were down there.
But what is this diorama?
Well, it's sort of a map of sorts that I've been keeping up with over the years, and I guess it's a bit of an art piece. I'm a little embarrassed that you're seeing it. I never wanted to show anyone, but
It's good. It looks good. We love art. This is great.
The strange thing about it is, there's parts of it, like that little diner down there, covered in napkins with dollar bill crayon drawings on them, that I don't remember building.
Billy Baker, roll your communicative. Difficulty of 10.
13.
You notice a interesting detail on the side wall of this diner. It's not often that you go as to such detail as to draw a thermostat, but you did. And you also draw a little note next to this thermostat that just says 69 degrees.
Nice.
And
Do you all hear that?
They do. But it's not something to be necessarily conscious of. It's a humming sound, a buzzing bee, a mosquito on the side of your face.
I mean, you might know your tech a little better than me, but you ever just have like, I don't know, when I'm thinking, I'm talking to myself. It's like a voice.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something like that.
My voice sounds like me in my head, though.
Right. But what would our three voices sound like together?
I don't really care about this.
What would your three voices sound like together?
You hear that? I don't know. Maybe. See,
Wait, how many of these have you made? You said that you've done more?
As you look out upon this room, you now see hundreds of small dioramas stacked on top of each other.
Everything's kind of its own scene, and kind of used it to, keep track of the land and my own memories and such. But then some of them I've got like a vivid memory because of this, but some of them are nothing.
Laura Bennett, you see in one of these dioramas, you recognize exactly what this is, even though it's abstract, like a toddler made it. You know exactly what it is, what it's trying to be. You recognize the color of the dirt, the layout of the mountain range. You looked at that view so many times out your lonely window, and there's a rock right in the middle, and in purple magic marker, written RV. And as you reach out and your hands touch this rock, we pull, we pull, we pull, we pull, we pull, and we're in the RV.
Well. Okay. Looks like it's just me again. Emily?
Emily, you see, as you stand directly behind Laura, that she calls out for you. This must be her memory. She can't see you, but you can see her. And you see her in a way as simple as this is, Emily. As simple as it is. You've seen her from 3 feet away, the other side, many times, from behind that plexiglass plane. But this spot that you stand in right now, overlooking her shoulder as she looks at herself in the mirror, you're seeing a side of her, a moment of her, that in those many years of quarantine you never once saw. Billy's rummaging around in the bathroom.
She's not here. It's okay. Hey.
Yeah.
Get out here.
Okay. Yeah.
so different now.
You look so different now, Laura Bennett. And you don't remember writing and lipstick on the mirror. But you must have, because no one else is here. No one else has been here. But someone spelled out minutes, hours, days, with a question mark at the end.
I could never keep track. It just keeps going. And I run my finger through the lipstick.
You start to put it on. Emily, you watch. And something about it disturbs you. Makes you uncomfortable. Roll your adaptive for me, please. Difficulty of 7.
7.
You place a hand on her shoulder. What do you say?
I'm sorry I left you here so long.
It's okay. I don't mind being by myself.
But you didn't have to.
I know what I started becoming. I don't even recognize myself anymore. Just mean and sad and lonely. But there's always been a voice in my head to talk to. I'm glad it sounds like you. This time.
Why are we here, Laura?
There's something I'm not seeing. In my notes, in my plans, I wanted to remember. I built all this to help remember. But I can't see it. I just keep looking at myself.
As she points to the mirror and says the words, myself, you recognize Emily when she ran her finger across the mirror for the lipstick. She crossed out the word minutes, leaving behind the words hours and days, question mark.
Are you gonna leave too?
No. No, I'm in it with you.
But that word, though you say it, she has a hard time believing it. It starts echoing. I find even myself compelled, as a representative of this space, its strength, myself. Myself.
Myself. Myself. Myself.
But we can have none of that. We mustn't have any of that. No. No, we can't. We have to be more patient. This remains. This remains. Emily Pegg. You're at the wheel. You don't know it. You don't understand the significance of it. It just flows to you. The destination is your choice. And it doesn't take much thought, it just flows freely. The moment this collective consciousness pokes its little head into your general direction. Where are we?
We're in KOllOK. After I woke up at the end of 1991. When all this started.
Emily walks. Right after she awoke. She walks. And Billy and Laura now walk beside her. Emily, roll your adaptive for me, please. Difficulty of 6.
5. I'll use a token.
So you do. They walk next to you, and though you know they didn't before, you also know they do now. So you no longer walk this path alone.
Why is it so empty? I know it's a small town, but there's nothing here.
Everything appears to be dead. There were floods. The ground ripped apart, muddy. Anywhere there's not pavement, tire tracks ripped at the landscape. Telephone poles knocked over, trees pulled from their roots.
Like a tornado could come through this town, but Miss Thompson would always be out there weeding her garden, and she's not. I don't understand. How do you wake up and everything's different?
Is this right after we woke up?
That just doesn't feel right.
Can she hear us?
I can.
I can hear you.
Oh shit, okay. Hey.
I've been talking to you.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were having a moment.
Sorry.
You think I just walk around talking to myself?
Whoa.
That's not the weirdest thing.
Do they look older to me?
If you had failed that adaptive roll, yes, but in this moment, they are how you see them, how you want them to be, whatever makes you understand them.
I thought you guys were...
Okay, I'm sorry.
Why are you acting so weird?
Because I'm inside your head.
No, you're not.
Yeah. I am.
Strange, is it not?
It's kind of intimate.
Strange. You know that what she says is true, but it's easier to just not believe it and just enjoy the moment you have with them as you walk.
Like, you guys don't find this weird?
I've come to accept it. The chaos of the universe and what it can give us. I think we all had a...
Are you okay?
I've come to accept it.
I can wax a little poetic,
Look,
okay?
He's trying to be deep in the midst of...
No, but look, we
the end of the world.
We falsely believed that we were all meant for something and that we all had a purpose, and this was about the time that we learned that that wasn't true.
Whoa. Yeah.
Look.
Hey, are you cold?
Do you look? He asked you to look. Do you look?
Yeah.
So you look. Roll your cognitive for me. Emily Peg, difficulty of 6.
4.
You do have 2 tokens available if you'd like to use them.
I'll use them.
Let's go.
You look. You survey the area. And you see something you did not see before, or maybe you didn't know to look before. You didn't know to remove yourself from your own thought and see what was directly in front of you. You see these markings leading up the side of a hill. These markings left by what appear to be car tires, but then something else. They start as a rut on the side of a road, and then like scrapes. Like the universe itself took its claws and scraped their way up the landscape to the side of this old white wooden house, where these scrapes lead and then faintly disappear, only to return on the broad side of this house. A symbol. You see a circle with a dot in the middle. A line coming out of the bottom of that circle, and another line out of the top.
That's odd.
What?
That house up there.
Huh.
You see the symbol?
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
It's kind of like a crop symbol, or
A crop symbol?
well,
Crop circles?
yes.
Hmm.
Thank you.
I've seen a couple of those out there.
You have?
Yeah. I think
Huh.
teen pranks. You're right. Yeah, it looks like a crop circle.
Do I remember that house being there?
Oh, you're asking me a question. You're waking up,
Yeah.
becoming ever more cognizant within this memory. But yes, you do remember that house being there. You don't remember what was on the side, but you didn't know to look. And now you do.
You good? Lost you for a sec.
Yeah. My parents are dead in my house right now.
Oh,
So
shit. Yeah.
kind of didn't realize that was today. They're
Oh.
withered in the living room. And I didn't realize. I didn't know that was there.
And as her mind drifts, as her mind focuses on that memory, though we're in this one, this world starts to vibrate. Like 2 frequencies overlapped on top of each other. They become somewhat disconnected, and you start to see the shadow of her living room before you. You see their corpses.
Ooh.
Sitting in the street in their reclining chairs. The house starts to fade. Their corpse is what she's focusing on, becoming more saturated,
They look too old, right?
more opaque.
Yeah. Oh, that's not right.
And
We could.
my dad's holding a letter from me.
From when? Sorry.
I don't know, I haven't read it.
I'm gonna go.
And he just
read
wouldn't
it.
let it go.
I'm gonna walk over and grab the letter.
Laura Bennett, you walk over to grab this letter. Roll your adaptive for me, difficulty of 12.
Oh. 6? Just wouldn't let it go.
As you walk to grab this letter,
She just wouldn't let it go.
the earth splits ever so slightly. A perfectly sized split.
She just wouldn't let it
A hole. As a doorway starts to slide from this hole, appearing between you
let go.
and M's dead father.
Let go.
This doorway knocks from the other side. You can see on the other side of this door from where you're standing, Laura Bennett, there's nothing there, but there's still a handle, a doorknob,
Let go.
a laugh.
Oh, God. Look, in defiance, I'm just gonna... And I reach forward and grab the doorknob.
You reach for the doorknob. You reach for the door. As your hand goes to pull it, you slide through and find yourself back in the red room.
Oh, fuck.
But I want you to roll for me as you start sliding through this form that you assume to be real. Roll your cognitive for me, please. Difficulty of 10.
5.
5.
Yeah.
You know that there was something on that door. Something there. But it all happened so fast. You couldn't make it out. Couldn't see it. But now you're here. Back in the red room. You're safe, we think.
Okay, so that was terrible. Is everyone okay? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, you're good.
I'm fine.
I felt bad. Was it helpful?
I guess we all are more aware of how sad we have been.
I was already aware of that, Billy. Sorry, as awful as that was, it did prove that we're noticing things that are there that we didn't notice before.
I feel like I missed something.
There was a house with a symbol that I never saw.
There was something on the door that we slipped through. I didn't catch it. I'm sorry.
I lost control there. I'm really sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good. That's maybe one of the worst days. You're forgiven for. You're fine.
Was there something on that door? Laura, was there something on that door?
Yeah.
What do you think it was? Do you think of it?
Yeah.
Are you thinking about it?
I am.
Would you like to know?
I would.
You might. We could follow it. Doors go places. Doors lead to things. Somewhere. We could open another. Walk through.
Let's keep going.
So we do. and we open a door. We open a door. We open a door. We open a door. We open a door to your father's house. As you walk through, you see Marcus standing with the paperwork. He's waiting for you to sign. Can you roll your adaptive for me, please? Difficulty of 6.
9.
You're present within this body. You're more present in this moment. But you're above it. You're on autopilot. You recognize the memory. You feel the emotions course through you, the thoughts as they happen. But you can also turn and remember that Emily was with you that day. And you have to wonder if she's with you now like she was then, or if she's with you now like she is now.
Ham, what's your favorite fruit?
Cantaloupe? Why?
She's with you as she was then, not as she is now.
Nothing. I'm gonna hit Marcus with a cantaloupe. Fuck.
What?
Nothing. I'm mad. Don't worry about it. Wish real Emily was here.
Maybe we should get this over with.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit him, is the thing, is everything in my body telling me to erase the center of his head. But maybe we let me chase that and you be the calm one. He wants something. We should figure out what it is.
Billy Baker, you stand on the edge of this room, watching as Laura Bennett winds her fists up to hit Marcus Bennett.
Yeah, he wants the house because he knows it's gonna hurt you. But it's just a house. We talked about this.
I take a glance around.
Yeah, it's just a house.
Billy Baker, as you start looking around, you see that Marcus is standing on the opposing side of this counter. You can see that he kind of braces his hand. He knows the hit's coming. He doesn't move from it.
I'm gonna do a little hit.
He takes it. The hit impacts. And as Marcus takes that hit and brings his hand to his lip, you watch from your vantage point his right hand reaching into his pocket. Roll for me, okay? Roll your cognitive, Billy Baker.
Do you have my stats in front of you?
D12, difficulty of 7.
10.
You watch as you step closer in this space. You watch as his right hand pulls from his pocket a small vial with a needle on the end. He holds it down to his right side, hides it between his fingers. You watch as this conversation continues, Billy Baker.
Point at my wife again and see what happens.
You watch. You watch as this all plays out. Laura Bennett, you see Billy Baker in the corner now. You see that he's watching something that Marcus is doing beneath the table. You have no motor control over your body, but you see him in this space.
I'm gonna kind of go into full autopilot, and if Billy's watching whatever happened in that weird fucking pinch, I'm gonna lean into this moment with Marcus and just try to get eyes on some of the lines of the thing I signed that I thought was for the house.
Would you like to wait?
Yeah.
you'd like to wait?
Yeah.
This is a strong moment. You're all in this moment together, as a group. Even if Emily doesn't know it, she's in here. She's there somewhere. What came to you so easily before? A thought. Just wait. It comes much more difficult to you now. There's so many of you. So many minds pulling at this memory. It would cost you 3 tokens in this moment to pause this scene. Would you like to do so?
I can pause it, but it won't stop. It won't end.
The moment will stop until you choose for it to continue.
I do it.
The moment freezes. Emily, you're now in this moment. You're now in this moment as you are, not as you were. Billy, you recognize that you are stopped in this moment as well. You can all see each other. You can understand that each other is in the presence of one another, though you don't look it, but you just know. You feel it.
Laura, what's going on here?
What are you looking at? What have you...
He has a syringe in his right hand with a vial.
That was the pitch. Oh, God. Yeah, I want to go over and try to prise it out of his hand.
You try to grab it. You reach for it.
Stupid
You can see
hand.
it. I'm going to ask that you roll your attack for me. You are attacking the very fabric of this moment in your mind. It's going to be a difficulty of 10.
Just want to get the swim on camera really quick.
Oh, fuck.
16.
That's a critical success, so just tell me what happens.
I go over and instead of fading through, I think she lines up her hand and it's a perfect fit with Marcus's because she's his clone. So she feels herself reach around it as his hand and then kind of yanks it away.
As you yank this out, the world around you starts to vibrate again. Those frequencies overlapping, your minds not knowing how to cope with this shifting reality. You take this vial, a very small label on its side. 22-3, Laura Bennett. Subject A. And as the fabric of this place starts to crumble around you, starts to vibrate at a frequency that your minds can't hold, starts shifting out of your view, it's pulling from you, it's morphing from you. Is it them pulling, or is it you pulling? Are they doing this? Are these moments giving them an opening, or is this just you breaking down the fabric, the reality of the moment itself? But as it starts to pull itself from you, as it starts to lift away, you see something. I'll give you this since you critically succeeded on that take. You see something written on the glass pane of the outside window in the kitchen as this moment fades. Written in your lipstick, minutes, hours, days. A line with your finger drawn through the minutes. And then scratched out with fingernails on top, scratching out the days where only the hours remain. And you find yourself violently thrown back into the red room. Each of you feel your brains like a tired muscle. You didn't know that it could be sore, but it feels sore, deprived of oxygen, needing a moment to heal. But you found so much. You've seen so much. And as you look down at your hand, Laura Bennett, you hold a vial.
Soon, after the cycle, people start getting sick.
It happened. I think after we got back from the trip. It happened during the puppy lottery. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I try to forget.
It happened merely days before. Merely days.
Perfect length incubation.
What?
You know what?
What's that file say?
Subject A.
Oh, we're here. So I can tell you this. This is something that you can know because you told me. So I'm only sharing what you already know, just at a different time, at a different point in the story. Your brother, he knew. He knew of the people you worked with. He knew of the people you were in contact with, their importance, their connections to Harmonia and the way the world is. You know of your brother's hatred for Harmonia. What you didn't know and what you didn't expect is for them to hate them enough to use you to let loose something that could hopefully infect them all.
I was patient zero. Of course I was. Of course I was!
Laura, you didn't know.
How could I have known?
Exactly.
That's not the point.
How could you have known? How could you possibly have known? How could you have known? Emily Pegg. Emily Pegg, standing at the open doorway. Emily Pegg standing there, watching. Watching as his body hangs. Watching the man she left behind for a flirtatious moment in a time of need. Mr. Jones, hanging there.
It's not your fault. I have to call the cops. I have to call the police. I have to call the ambulance.
You do what you did. You do what you had to do. It's there. It happens just as it did, just as it was. Roll your adaptive for me, please. Difficulty of 6.
11.
But what you weren't prepared for is for Billy and Laura to be standing in that room with you now, watching their friend's father hang from that ceiling fan as his body slowly turns.
Fuck.
Now,
There's nothing here.
do you say that hopefully? Do you say that? Roll your avoidance for me, please. Emily Pegg. Difficulty of 6.
2.
You have a choice to make here, Emily Pegg. You can truly choose to avoid, to bury this room deep within your mind. Or you can choose to face it head on. And the choice is yours because you have 9 tokens available. So you could use them to bury it, or you could use them to see it. The choice is yours.
There's nothing here. I look. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. We should go somewhere else.
Well, you'd like to bury it?
There's nothing here.
I'll file this back in the GM box.
We should go somewhere else. Think of something else.
It's okay.
Think of something else. I don't want to be here.
I got something.
Go. Wherever.
So you go. Billy Baker. You pull. You slide. But where to?
The flamethrower.
Billy Baker finds himself standing outside the flamethrower. It could be any day. It could be any year. That seems unimportant right now. But he is. And over his right and left shoulder is Emily Pegg and Laura Bennett.
Do I see him?
Roll your adaptive for me, please. Difficulty of 6.
Remind me of my adaptive. 8, 10.
It's a D8.
1, sink. No, I can't.
I said a difficulty of 6? You have 5 tokens available.
Oh, I'll use all 5. What's up, guys?
Billy Baker communicates with his friends that stand over his shoulder.
Pineapple?
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Cantaloupe. What's wrong with you?
They're all aware of the moment they're in. It seems unimportant wherever Billy pulled this from, whatever year, but something pulled him here. Why, Billy? Why did you pull it here? What are you looking for?
Yeah, like the voice said, why are we here?
Looking for that symbol. I'm looking for some. You had stuff written on your mirror about hours and minutes. I'm looking for napkins. I'm looking for anything that feels like something else I've seen today.
Okay. This is...
You're standing outside of the flamethrower. Billy Baker knows this to be Mallory Jenkins' old car. It was left to him. But why and how? That seems somewhat unimportant. What is important is that it was Mallory Jenkins' car, and this car remains.
I'd like to search it. I'll start with the glove compartment, front seat, center console area.
You find that picture, the one you remember finding before. Is this actually the car? Or is this how you remember it? Maybe this isn't an exact moment.
Does the picture look faded or fresh?
How did you remember it?
I'll go search the back seat.
There's nothing there.
And I'll pop the trunk and go in there.
And as you pop the trunk, you see a file. It's a box. And on the side of it, it says property of Agent Perry Bucket. You don't remember this being here. Was it here? You both see it as well.
Why would Mallory have the property of an agent?
I don't know.
Agent Bucket. What does that mean? Does that name ring a
I
bell?
don't know. I mean, his dad died. Maybe it's related.
Oh. Okay.
Could that be Would that be related to?
I don't
What is that,
know how his
CIA,
dad. I just
FBI?
remember that being a thing.
No.
I'm gonna
Billy
call-
Baker pulls it open. And inside these files, they're all blank. It doesn't make sense. He must have never looked at them, not even once. Or were they actually here? But there is one little piece of paper that you can see. It has something on it, and as you reach up and pull it to your face, you see a symbol and the name MPEG written underneath it.
What is that?
It's a symbol. Like a
Like the one next to the house?
horseshoe with a line on it.
No.
Laura Bennett, you hear a knock. As you look behind you, you see that the others have not reacted to this knock.
Wonder
You
what that
recognize it's only a knock that you can hear.
I immediately turn and go toward it.
Laura Bennett turns away from the car and starts walking towards the sound
Billy, my fucking name is on this.
means. Right, yeah, I forgot to say that.
of that
Way to
knock.
bury the lead.
The what?
Why would my name be in an agent's files?
I don't know. I'm seeing this for the first time as well.
I haven't been called M since before all of this.
That knock, Laura. That laugh. The door now before you.
The door.
It's red now. This door. Your voice calls out from it.
There's nothing else in there?
It's all just blank pages.
Myself.
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 And I guess if it's my memories, I will
Myself.
remember all the
Myself.
blank pages, I guess.
Myself.
None of
Myself.
them have
Myself.
Laura?
Myself.
Billy, I
I
think
reach for the doorknob again.
Laura Bennett opens the door. Laura, you now find yourself in a memory you don't want to be in. That door closes behind you. And as that door closes, you see Emily. You see Billy. But you can't stop the memory. You can't stop the flow of where that memory takes you. And as you turn from them, you realize they stand in front of a mirror. And on the other side of this room, a naked man pulling his clothes from his ankles up to his hips. His face blank. There's nothing there.
No, you're not supposed to see this. Oh, it's...
His voice calls out, "Everything okay? Laura, are you all right? What's wrong?"
Nothing's wrong.
You remember his voice. You can't fucking remember his name, though.
Stop. How many tokens do I have?
Oh, you only have 2. Oh, you used them before, that's right. He walks over. His shirt's still off, his pants top button unbuttoned. He puts a hand on your shoulder. Is everything fine? Are you okay? You seem unwell.
I'm fine.
Laura?
You hear her call out from behind you.
Fuck.
No, what's wrong? Something happened.
It's. I'm fine.
Emily, this face of this man, it's blank. Flesh just melted over. No defining features. Other than his chiseled abs, of course.
When was this? This is a memory, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
When?
This time?
This time?
Remember.
What, this time? What are you talking about, Laura? This time? Was something wrong this time?
No, you were.
Was something wrong?
No, not at all. I have got to go.
It's still gonna be next time, right?
Yeah. I'm married. Oh God.
Well, yeah, we know.
Yeah, I know.
We know.
You knew?
Oh.
We know. We all know. Laura Bennett, as you turn, forcing yourself to turn, breaking from this memory just ever so slightly, to face Billy and Emily.
I'm sorry.
You see on the mirror behind them, written in lipstick, minutes, hours, days, the minutes crossed out, the days scratched out. And with black permanent marker, X's drawn over the H and the S. Left only with hour. Hour. Hour.
This is important. I didn't mean for you to see this. I'm sorry.
Hour. Hour.
Sorry, please don't. Please don't go. Please, we don't have to stay here. I'm sorry. I don't even remember his name.
I shouldn't be here.
Neither should I.
We shouldn't be here.
You may find yourself back at the start.